Good morning everybody, and once again welcome back to the channel. In today's video I want to show you how to use Spark SQL with Minayo and Apache Hudi and perform basic operations such as create table using Spark SQL, insert data, update data, delete something from the table, use record level index on your Hudi tables, perform blazing fast point lookups because RLI gives you about 70% faster point lookups. Not only that, I will also show you how to execute stored procedures. All of that is there in the video. So without wasting any further time, let's rock and roll. Alright, so the first step is we need to spin up the stack, and for this we're gonna use MinIO as our object store. Hive Metastore, which Postgres will be used as the backend. So let's spin up the stack using Docker Compose. I have a very simple Docker Compose file which will spin up these containers. So what you want to do is come here, okay, and then issue a command called docker compose up ---- build -d. This will start all the containers running in the background. All right, so now you have the stack up and running. Now we can start the Spark SQL on our machine. So let me share my screen. Let me know the font size if it's good enough. So here I am saying Spark SQL. I'm using two packages, which is the AWS Hadoop package, which will allow me to work with MinIO. And then I am using the Hudi version 1.0.0-beta 1. Okay. I set the Spark serializer to Cryo serializer. Okay. After that, over here, if you observe, I set the MinIO access secret and the endpoint, as you can see. And then over here, I set the Metastore URI to 9083, which is again running locally. So let's copy this, go to your terminal and simply paste this one here. This will start the Spark SQL on your machine. Now you can say, hey, show me tables, right? You can do that, right? I don't have any tables right now. Also now you should go to localhost 9000. You will see a MinIO bucket called warehouse, and there won't be any data inside it, okay? Now, if you also go to localhost 4040, which is where you will see your Spark UI. So localhost 4040, and yeah, this is where your Spark UI is there. Now let me show you the first step is, okay, all right, I got this simple working. I'm a person who knows SQL well, so show me how to create some tables using some simple SQL, right? All right, so here you go. So first I want to show you, again, we want to use indexes, right? Indexes in Apache Hudi allows you to perform faster upsert. There are various type, global, non-global. You can definitely read more about it. Then you have Bloom index, record level index, and much more, right? So I want to focus on the record level index. So how to use that in Spark SQL, right? Because record level index will give you blazing fast upsert and 70% faster point lookups. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna set these 4 values. So Hudi enable data skipping, I'm setting that to true. Hudi metadata.columnstats.enable, I'm setting that to true. Hudi metadata, that's the same one, I guess. No, that's not the same one. So I'm gonna enable the metadata. And then last but not the least, Hudi metadata record index enable to true. So I'm gonna use all the 4 flags over here mentioned. So you can simply copy here, go to your terminal where you have Spark SQL, just paste that in. That's it. Now to create a Hudi table, it's literally that easy. Create table, that's the word. You give a name of a table. I provide the column names that I have in my data, and you have to use the word using Hudi. And then you define your primary key and on what particular column or field you want to dedupe the data. In this case, it's timestamp. And then you provide the path where you want to create the Hudi table. Since we are using MinIO, this should start with the word S3A. Okay. And then I want to partition my data by city. Literally that easy. So all you can do is come copy, go to your Spark SQL, paste this one here. And the table is created, literally that easy. So show tables. Here you can see that Hudi table right here. There's no data inside, so we're going to insert some data. Insert into Hudi table. So now we are inserting some mock data. So let's copy this one and paste this one inside. I'm going to get a warning because I'll tell you why. Because when you enable the record level index, first time it will try to see if the index exists, right? So it's going to give you a warning, but again, it's going to build the record level index. So I have inserted some data points into it. Now let's verify if we do see that on MinIO. I'm gonna refresh. I see my partitions and then I see my Parquet or the base file. Let's see the Hudi folder, the metadata, and here you can see the record index. All right, so looks like things worked fine. Okay. Now, of course, you can select data. You can simply issue a command like, hey, give me these items from this table where the fare is greater than $20, right? So here you can see all the corresponding records. You should also be able to see that on the Spark UI. You go to SQL, here you can see the Spark UI. Okay? All right, so updating item is a piece of cake. You simply use the word update, the table name, and here I want to set the fare value to $25 where the rider is D. So for this one right here, as you can see, the fare is $33.90. I'm trying to set that to, let's say, $25. So I'm gonna copy this, paste one over here, and simply it's updated. I do not have to write code. As you can see, it's done. Let's verify that with a simple SQL. So select everything from Hudi table where I'm just gonna do okay, and let's verify whether that record was updated. And observe, you see the record has been updated 25 here. Similarly, deleting item is also a piece of cake. You can say, hey, delete from the table where UUID is equal to this value. And that's it. So let's copy, paste this one here, and the record is deleted from the Hudi tables. So the interesting thing here is, you're not writing any PySpark code. All you're doing is simple SQL. If you're comfortable with SQL, Spark SQL Hudi is a great choice for you. All right, great, fantastic. Now again, as you know, Hudi is quite famous for incremental data processing. So you can easily run incremental queries now. Hudi, you can use a function called Hudi table changes. You can provide in the table name, and I want to read from the earliest to the layer state, right? So you can run this one here. Sure enough, works fine, right? Now you can also run this query. This will give you blazing fast point lookups. So I'm selecting something from the table where UUID is equal to this value. Now, since we have a record level index, the lookup should be pretty fast. If I run this, and in fact, actually, you can verify by going into Spark SQL. As you can see, number of file reads is only 1. So that works fine, okay? Now, what I want to show you is you can also run stored procedures. For example, I can say, hey, show me all the commits in this particular Hudi table. I want to see, let's say 10 commits. Copy that and paste this one here. And here you can see, right? Works fine, right? So that's all. I'll conclude the video right here. I wanted to keep it short, simple, and sweet. So what did you learn from the video? Well, you learned, first of all, how to spin up the stack and how to set up your Spark SQL with Hive Metastore, how to create a Hudi tables, how to insert, update, delete items, how to use the record level index, how to use, I guess, how to run stored procedures as well. And if you have any further questions, or if you have anything that you want me to dive, let me know and I'll be more than happy to do so. But with that being said, I will wrap the video right here. Keep smiling, keep programming, and I would see you in the next video.